Hello everyone. I want to show you guys how to make a custom turret real quick. This won't be in depth, and I won't waste your time, just get right into it. First thing you're going to need is a custom turret controller. You'll want to put this in a safe spot. If it gets destroyed, your custom turret won't work. So we're going to place it down. Do note we are using Weaponcore, so it will act a little differently. Let me put it over here, actually. Now, you're going to go to your G menu, and you're going to get a rotor. A turret needs one thing at minimum, and that is either azimuth or elevation. So up down or left right. Preferably, you want to have both left right and up down. For the azimuth component, the left right, we'll be using a rotor. Preferably an advanced rotor because it can put ammo through the rotor. A normal rotor will not. So, the first thing we'll put on our turret is a conveyor. That way ammo can be fed to the turret from the rotor. Now, we are going to do a hinge. This will be our elevation rotor, our up-down. So we'll place our hinge down. Next, we need to put a weapon on it. Let's go grab a weapon here. We'll just put an artillery block for now. Let's make sure we put it to where it is connected to the hinge on the conveyor port. Be careful, some weapons do not have conveyor ports on every side of them. If you don't see that gray and yellow grid, it will not feed ammo. Now, we're going to go in here and we're going to set up the turret. All the vital components are now there. You have a azimuth rotor to go left right, an elevation to go up down, you have a weapon to fire, and ammo is being supplied to it. However, I can see one thing that is missing. You may want to put a camera on your turret. So we'll do that real quick just so you can see the process of setting up a camera too. And I know this turret looks pretty horrible. It's not meant to look pretty, just to show you how it works. So we'll put a camera down, make sure the camera's facing the right side up. There you go. Now, good God. Go into our K menu. We'll have to find our rotor and our hinge. This is a mess, this is an old ship, it's not being used anymore, nothing is cataloged. So let's type advanced rotor. Now if you don't know if this is the correct rotor, the way you can test it is go down to velocity, add 1, see if it moves. It moves. So we're going to lock the rotor, set the velocity back to 0, and unlock it. We now know, hey, that's our rotor. Good practice is to label it. The convention I use is I keep the name the way it is, and then I name it turret LR for left and right. Now I'll need to find the hinge, our elevation. So let's go to our hinge. Now you see we have multiple options here. We know it's this one because when a hinge or a rotor or a piston is attached to a subgrid, it will have a different color than white. Yellow, green, purple, blue, depending on which subgrid it's attached to. So we'll take this and we'll follow the same naming convention. Turret, UD for up and down. Now again, best practice, make sure this is the one. So I'm going to add some velocity. You can see the current angle is going up. Now, let's lock this for a second. Because we don't want the turret to go down, because down is where our ship is and it'll hit the ship. So if you go to lower limit, you can set that to 0. What that'll do is if we try to reverse the rotor, or the hinge, excuse me, below 0, it won't happen. It'll stop at 0. That way you don't risk getting your turret snagged up on something. Now, let's set the velocity back to 0. It's very important that you do not have your rotors or hinges locked, and you do not have velocity going on them, otherwise they will not work for the custom turret controller. Now we'll go into here, custom turret controller. I knock out the custom part because it makes it too long. I'm going to name it main turret. Okay, now we have our custom turret controller, and we labeled our rotors and hinges so we know what they are. That'll be important here. So we go to the custom turret controller, and we select first our azimuth rotor. We're going to select left and right. Now we select our elevation rotor. We select the hinge up and down. You should now see on the right side it says AI detected true. Right side, excuse me. AI detected true. Now the weapon should show up here, and it did. I don't know why it says we need... Oh, we haven't linked a camera to it. So go to camera and... Oh, forgot to label that boy. Always label your shit. Camera. Main turret. Back to our custom turret controller that we renamed to just turret controller. Alright, now let's assign the camera. There we go. Now we can press the control button and test it out. It moves left. It moves right. It moves up and down. However, I'm glad this happened because it's a good thing to teach you. When I move my mouse up, it moves down, and when I move it down, it moves up. You may want it inverted like that. You may not. Let me show you how to change that. Press F to get out of the turret. F again to get out of the turret completely. The first F only gets you out of the camera view and still lets you control the turret. Let's go back to our K menu. Let's find our turret controller. Now remember, up and down was incorrect. So if we go scroll down to the elevation velocity multiplier, we want to set that from 9 to -9. Now when we control it and we move our mouse down, it moves down correctly. You can also use that to adjust the speed that the turret turns at. I don't really want to impose any rules, but you don't want a massive 15-barrel mega artillery turret going and just super fast. You don't... Be reasonable. If you have a large turret, make it slow. That's what I'm going to do. I feel that is fair. So let's test out the weapon. The weapon works. As you can see, if you press F once, you're still controlling the turret. Now, there's a better way using Weaponcore to control turrets like this. And now that you know how to build the turret and control it, I'm going to show you some advanced control things that you can do. Let's go to our G menu. Let's get rid of this, because I don't even know what the hell that is. Go to groups. Not groups. I didn't put it in a group. So up here, search bar, and we're going to type in the name of it, which was turret controller dash main turret. Now if we right click it, we have a lot of options here. You can turn it on and off. You can turn it to control. And then you have control mode. These are very different things. If you want to add it to the hotbar to just be able to get in the turret, add control to the hotbar, which we have now done. So when we press 1, we jump into the turret. However, you may want to do something a little more cool. I'll show you what that is. So let's go back to it, right click. Now actually first we want to click 2, the number 2. I just click it with my mouse, but I think you can push the number on your keyboard. Right click the turret controller, now that we have a new hotbar slot assigned, and we won't be overriding this one. And we're going to set it to control mode. See, it's set to auto. What that means is the AI will automatically control the turret. Go to our K menu here. Excuse me. Now, the hell was I even going to do? Let's go to our turret controller, because I forgot to do something here. So, turret controller, main turret. Let's go to share control. Set that to on. That way, if the AI is on, it will still let you control it through manual mode. Or you can just turn AI off and make it a manual turret all the time if you want to do that. It's up to you. I usually keep both of these options on. You can also change the aiming radius based on the weapon. Looks like this weapon has a range of 10 kilometers, so let's set it to aim at the max range. Now, number 2, remember, we went to our G menu, we right-click the turret controller, and we set it to control mode on slot 2. Now what that means is if we press 2, it changes the targeting mode of the turret. You have auto, manual, painter. I don't really use painter, and I don't even know what the hell painter does. I should learn. If you figure it out, let me know. Let's go to manual. Now if we have it on manual mode, and we hold down the Alt key, the turret snaps to where we are aiming. And mind you, as you can see, I can still fly the ship while aiming and firing the turret holding down the Alt key. If I let go of Alt, the turret stays in place where I left it. Very nifty for if you have a large artillery ship and you want to fire on an enemy while moving with all your artillery, but you don't want the AI to do it because the AI can be pretty stupid sometimes with accuracy. No, manually aim it. You can do this with as many turrets as you want. You can put the turret controllers in a group, like this. I know these aren't other turret controllers, but just as an example, you can put them in a group. We'll just put one in a group now so I can demonstrate. Put it in turrets. Then I can go here. I can go to groups, select turrets, and control mode. There you go. Now I can switch it from there. You see I turned it off with manual, and now it won't aim when I press Alt. Mind you, you can use this in third-person mode too. Just a little tip there. And the reverse thrust on this ship is absolutely horrible. So that is basically how a custom turret controller works. If you have any questions, let me know. Obviously, please make them look prettier than that. Good God, it's an abomination. But I don't really have any examples of custom turrets. I don't actually. Yes, I do. Let me show you. Delete this. Let's get this sucker. This is using a custom turret, as you can see. Ripped off the top of this here. It's a rotor that is attached to a converter, and then 2 hinges, small hinges, are attached to the converter. And actually attach the 2 hinges together. That's something I'll show you how to do in a more advanced tutorial. But the result is a pretty nifty custom turret. And if I go in here, I can manually control it. So that is the beauty and the power of custom turrets. I said, if you have any questions, let me know. Hope you found this productive and easy to understand. Thank you.